James Kaufman, World News Report today, June 15th, 2025. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Ladies and gentlemen, I have video and pictures of the destruction of Tel Aviv, Israel, and it is horrific. They say that at least 70% of Tel Aviv reportedly destroyed by Iranian missile strikes. And Iran was using their 20-year-old missiles last night. They promised to step it up to their brand new missiles this evening. The skies over the Middle East were filled with smoke from the war. I have some photos of one of the missiles hitting one of the buildings, showing you what kind of destruction one missile can do. It's absolutely unbelievable. But this is just a start, one block. The entire town is destroyed. Footage shows the massive destruction of buildings in Tel Aviv after Iranian airstrikes. Now, they also bombed all the other cities in Israel. It's crazy. Again, just about every building was hit. Who could have ever imagined the Iron Dome would fail this bad? Again, these are the 20-year-old missiles, and I will show you the threat from Iran about tonight using state-of-the-art missiles. This is one of the many subdivisions that were bombed. You can see these are high-end homes, and just about all the subdivisions were bombed, while Israel only struck military and strategic targets in Iran. Obviously, there's a difference between the two countries. Of course, because of the massive destruction, there's no body count. There's no way of even coming close to a body count. But again, over 70% of the whole entire capital was destroyed. And again, these are 20-year-old ballistic missiles. Tonight, they're saying they're breaking out the new stuff. It's going to be, well, horrific. Here's yet another residential subdivision. You can see the roofs all the way back here. It's like every single home was bombed, or at least, well, was hit by parts of a bomb. The destruction is something that I don't think that Israel ever thought that they would see. Again, all of the residential neighborhoods appear to have been wiped out. Look at this. Every single solitary home. No neighborhoods are, well, non-military or strategic targets were targeted by Israel in Iran. Now, I'm going to have to mark this as possible AI, because word on the street is Iran is generating AI images for propagating their own people. But to my knowledge, these are all originals. Even if you do see that indication on the video, again, these are all originals, and Grok has isolated all the AI by this time, I believe. This is another part of Tel Aviv. It's going to be very hard to recover if 70% of the city was in fact damaged. They could very well finish the war off tonight, i.e. their threat to use the latest and greatest weapons available. Information is coming in via satellite photos. It appears that Iran might have just tested their first nuclear weapon, as seen here. Breaking. Based on the seismic activity near Fordow nuclear facility, it appears Iran may have just tested a nuclear weapon. Israel may be effed. And I will be able to tell if that's an actual nuclear weapon or an earthquake by looking at the signature. This is where Fordow nuclear facility is located. You can see just southwest of Tehran. And here's where we had a very shallow 2.5 magnitude earthquake. Should be right there on top of it. And unfortunately, Iran's the only one that covered that quake. It was covered automatically with their AI software. Now, this would be the first nuclear test ever by Iran, if this is correct information, this 2.5 right here. Again, the only person to report is Iran, and they've given no signature of the earthquake, quote unquote. If the first wave is the largest wave, it's a nuclear bomb. If the first wave is ever followed by a wave that's larger or taller than the first wave, then it's most probably an earthquake. So a nuclear bomb would start off with the most power at the very first of the incident, whereas an earthquake might come on a little slower until the most powerful part of it. But again, no one has issued a wave on this one, or I could quickly tell you. Now, this area has experienced earthquake activity in the past, not right on top of the uranium enrichment plant. And there's a possibility this could be from some action that Israel took, but all signs point to them testing their first nuclear bomb. Doesn't look like a very large one because of what they're telling us the earthquake looked like. Regularly looking at a 3 or 4 magnitude earthquake when a bomb goes off, depending on how deep they tested it. Of course, it was an underground test, it appears, and it, in all practical purposes, appears to be the first nuclear bomb that Iran has ever, let off. Let's hope there are not additional nuclear bombs ready to go. Now, we know that Israel has threatened the Samson option, which means nuking everyone around them if they're going to lose this war. And they very well, might be heading in that direction based on what we see tonight. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there. Let's hope America is not pulled into this any further than it already is. Please share, subscribe, and always remember, anything's possible in Bizarro World.